funnel everything to Eric Berry, that's fine.
But if Mariota's hurt, if his elbow's hurt, or if they have the backup in,
it's done.
I'm putting 8 people in the box and saying, "What? Gabbert's their backup? Who's their backup over there?
Austin something. Austin, I don't know.
Yeah, let him
play at Southern Mississippi.
Let him beat you in the air.
Yeah.
I don't think the Titans are scaring anybody.
Like that's so the Titans are done most likely, and the Colts really like Darius Leonard really should get Defensive Rookie of the Year honors and Defensive Player of the Year because he leads the league in tackles as a rookie.
Do the Colts still run cover 2?
They probably do, man.
Because I just don't believe in that defense anymore. Honestly,
they run a 3-4, don't they?
No, I think they run a 4-3.
You don't believe in a cover 2?
Nah, not in this day and age. What was the last good cover 2 defense?
The
Colts? No, they ran cover 3.
Yeah. The Bucks?
The Colts?
That was years ago. That was when they had
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like that defense holds up as much anymore.
The receivers just stretch the field too much. And tight ends are a whole nother breed now.
Yeah.
You get those guys behind the linebackers, cover 2s.
Yeah, you have to have really good coverage linebackers nowadays to do it. You'd have to have safety pretty much.
Because those linebackers got to get way too deep nowadays.
Yeah.
And they're
But yeah, I guess the Colts defensive coordinator used to be the Cowboys linebacker coach.
Well, there you go.
For 6 years. Now you know.
Don't get too hype over there, Will.
The
Cowboys are. I know Jalen.
And he also coached at Toledo.
Okay, that's mean. I mean, like, what are you trying to say? They pack a great punch?
I don't know.
Scumbag.
Just seems like Toledo's one of those Easter eggs, like through the history of this podcast, that just comes up every once in a while.
You know what? It does come up a lot.
Yeah,
Toledo sneaks in here a lot.
Chester Taylor, we talked about him.
Yeah.
Such a
they're starting running back
popping up.
Toledo starting.
A lot of good talent comes out of Toledo.
It's Ohio, after all. They're starting running back just declared for the draft. Utah State's starting running back just declared for the draft too.
All right, man. So pretty much, okay. So pick out of that 4, which team is the best? Real quick, one-liner.
Steelers.
Woo.
Steelers.
So we're unison in that.
Yeah, the Colt. I personally think Andrew Luck's the best quarterback. I think Andrew Luck's better than Big Ben. But it's just what scares me is if the run game fails for the Colts. Ryan Kelly's already banged up, and
Marlon Mack's hit or miss.
He's banged up too, but he's playing pretty well. I think they need one more running back. Like Naheem Hines is more of a pass catcher and all that.
Yeah, he's that third down back.
Man, if
Ebron is doing great, but he's hurt too.
This is going to segue into our next topic, so I'll just bring it up right now.
But Steelers,
if the Steelers don't get in, is Tomlin done?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you're talking about a team that has arguably the most talented receiver, arguably the best running back who's not even playing, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and
trash defense.
Essentially one of the top 5 defensive players in TJ Watt right now. And you're not even going to make the playoffs?
Their corners were trash.
In that city, after that, the collapse they had last year, where we were talking about him getting fired last year too?
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's true. But I think it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and that's what
Coward could have got fired.
That's what you said last year too. That's what you said last year too. So at what point does that leash run out?
Next year.
I mean, we're over here talking about Garrett, who like resurged this season.
Garrett has been trashed forever and mediocre forever, and should have been fired because Mike Tomlin has a Super Bowl under his resume. Yeah, you could say, well, those were cowards players.
So did Mike McCarthy.
Okay, and
Green Bay doesn't fire coaches either.
Yeah, but how long did that take?
That was a power move by Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers,
yeah, for sure.
I'm sick of this. Like, it's either me or him, and you just gave me a huge contract.
But with Le'Veon out, right? That whole situation, you got Ben Roethlisberger on the horizon. I mean, it might line up to where it's perfect timing too. Kind of start over.
Let's say Ben retires. Let's say they fire him and then Ben retires.
then you build around those young pass rushers you have. You start over.
And 2 great receivers.
Do you switch?
No,
to a
you probably
4-3
trade
defense?
AB.
Do you switch
he's
to a 4-3
30.
defense?
He'd probably get upset when you bring in Blake Bortles to be the starting quarterback.
Oh, God. That
guy. I'll trade Derek Carr for AB straight up.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
You can get the kid from Oregon.
No, he's going back to college.
Yeah, he's going back to college.
He is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to get Daniel Jones out of Duke. That kid's nice.
Speaking of which, man, since I brought up Tomlin, we got to talk about the status of black head coaches right now in the league. I think before there's never been.
He brought up race this time. It wasn't me.
There's never been more than 9, right? This year, the start was 7. Hughes gone. Tomlin, we could go either way, but he's more than likely safe.
He's a lynch.
Probably
man.
about 75% safe.
Shout out to the AFC North. Our motto should be: we have no problem hiring black head coaches. It's everywhere else.
Marvin Lewis is retiring officially after this year. They're talking about him potentially getting a front office position.
He's never won a playoff game, right?
Just like Gary Kubiak.
He's never won a playoff game. Right?
How? He's not old, is he?
He's not young, bro. He was the defensive coordinator of the 2000 Ravens team.
Took years off his life. Wow.
Yeah, so he's been in the league a minute. Like he's been around a minute.
So he's never won a playoff game, right?
Yeah.
He's never won a playoff game.
But he's had plenty of playoff teams, in Cincinnati's a big deal.
And they recur. Like if it wasn't for that injury that he had, where Carlson Palmer got his ACL blown out, they make a deep run in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Either way,
and Chris Henry dying. A lot happened, but he's the best they've had. Like who else you gonna bring into that situation to work with Paul Brown and that ownership group? So I give him that. He's earned the right to do whatever he wants. But
so he's gone. That makes 5.
And Hugh might replace him.
Now and then.
Oh, Vontaze Burfict had a 7th concussion, and he snatched away from the trainer. I'm sick of Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah.
Fuck Vontaze Burfict.
Why are you trying to trigger Woo, man?
Who you telling, man?
Yeah, man.
It's the end of the year. Get your shit off.
I'm having flashbacks, man.
I've been like super positive since I came back from Oakland. Today's like, no, I can unleash the petty for 2 hours.
Man, I'm gonna have to tell my girl why I got mad at the podcast. Now I'm gonna have to explain to her.
Unleash the beast, man.
In 2008, what happened to me?
Hey, you can't move past it until you talk about it. We preach therapy on this broadcast.
I don't think our quarterback's even recovered since then.
Worst game of my life. I don't know how I didn't retire after that game.
Now you got to talk about it. Might have to save it for your rant. You can just talk about it now. Since we're on AFC North.
For another time. I'll save it for another time.
But yeah, man.
Before the year's over.
But yeah, man. So, we're talking about black head coaches. Sorry. Yeah. So then in Denver, we got what's dude's name?
Vance Joseph.
He got
a raw deal though.
Who's probably going to be out?
He got a raw deal.
It's his first year, right?
No, it's second year.
Second
year.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't his decision to sign Case Keenum for a fat contract, and Elway had the black gloves on. First off, you paid Keenum all that money, and you drafted Paxton.
I would give you the benefit of the doubt, except for
yourself away.
Except for the fact that Bradley Chubb and Von Miller had 0 sacks versus Colt Miller and Brandon Parker.
And
that alone is enough to get fired.
No.
That alone is
like
enough
13
to get fired.
He's a defensive guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, our tackles are trash. You didn't get 1 sack?
They lost to Keep to Lead.
Bro, their tackles are trash.
I don't know what happened to Von Miller. But it's finally the magic of that stadium worked in Oakland's favor. Because I just remember when Brett Favre's dad died, and he just made the Raiders.
Yeah, that shit was bad.
His cuck.
The first thing I thought of when he missed that field goal and he slipped was, man, they should have just played that game in Mexico.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Tainted meat and all.
Yeah.
I forgot what game I was watching where
I just got tainted turf.
It was a bad punt. I think it might have been the Seahawks.
It might have been the Georgia Tech.
It was a bad punt, and the holder caught it and didn't hold it right. And the kicker just like didn't kick it. He just like looked at him, and the punter just picked it up and ran in 5 yards, and that was it.
He said, "Nah,
he's like, I'm not kicking that.
Eat this loss, bro."
He's like, I'm not kicking
Try
shit.
to keep his percentage
It
up.
was like this, bro. He caught it and held it like this to the side, and the kicker was just like,
"Are you trying to kill me?"
No, dude. What the fuck?
He's about to Charlie Brown him.
Yeah, he was, dude.
Yo, Lucy deserved to get kicked in the face. So bro, I would have kicked Lucy in the cranium, Randy Orton style, like repeatedly too, just to get my point off.
No, AB style.
Okay,
just like
Kareem
Spartan
Hunt.
kicked.
No, it would have been worse. That would have worse. No, there's like a soccer video.
Wow.
No. It's worse. There's
We're
worse,
just
bro.
gonna skip past. He just
We're gonna skip to my Lewitt.
he called you Kareem Hunt.
No. I would have gone further than Kareem Hunt. There's a soccer video where like they start fighting, and this dude just comes out of nowhere, full speed Spartan kick. Power Rangers kicks a guy in the chest.
I've seen that.
And that just ends the brawl.
Yeah.
They're like, "Yo, chill. We weren't trying to do this. This went too far."
That was funny.
But yeah, man. Anyways, so Vance Joseph's probably out. Todd Bowles is probably out in New York as well. So that's another 2 down.
I think he deserved another year. That GM needs to go because he's missed on a lot of picks.
And Steve Wilkes in Arizona, his first year,
he should get another shot. Because that whole
bro,
situation.
you've literally talked about how misused and trash that defense is, and how it should not be. You've literally been on this podcast
the GM
multiple
has run his
times.
course. The GM has run his course.
But what is a new? What is a new?
Bad? How's that offensive line still bad?
What is a new?
Is that Wilkes' fault?
What does a new GM
Name their
do?
starting running back.
What does a new GM do? He hires a new coach.
No, Keim has been there for a while now. Name
But
their
either way, you hire a new GM. He comes in and hires a new coach.
That was the greatest burp ever. I felt.
Wow, Kenny, indigestion on the show. No,
you know what?
Nothing
You're gonna
new
stop
here.
making fun of my indigestion, all right?
Nothing new here.
My mom said I was born with a hole in my heart. Kiss my ass. I really was born with a hole in my heart, though. Like, fuck you.
Nah, you just have a cold heart.
No, I was literally born with a hole in my heart and it closed back up. But, indigestion, it happens sometimes. My granddad fed me grits when I was like 2 days old.
That explains a lot.
And like shit.
That puts everything together.
He's from Louisiana.
That puts everything
I
together.
don't think you guys understand me. Like if I told you all the times I should have died as a kid, you'd be like, how are you still here? Like one day I have my mom.
Was your grandpa AP?
No, don't ever make a joke about my grandfather. I'll fuck you up. Like on God.
I should have gave you some Zantac for Christmas.
I'll take the movie ticket. So thank you. But seriously, don't ever make fun of my grandfather again. I'll fucking kill you.
All right. Well, I know, for real.
I was like, wait, he's not gonna make a. I was like, I went too far.
Yeah,
but I was hoping you would at least like back me and make.
I mean,
joke.
you said it like 3 times, so.
I was like, okay, if that was your cue to kind of like, all right, relax.
That wasn't even like a real joke. It was like a joke of a joke.
Never mind. See, when I want you to shoot me some bail, you don't. Like you suck, Pete. But anyway,
So yeah, man, a bunch of black coaches are gonna get fired. There's probably only gonna be 2 left. So much so that
Anthony Lynn, and everybody said he should have got fired.
Well, no one expected him to be good. Nobody really expected him to be good.
Remember when Young Ho almost ruined their season?
Because he hadn't even been an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but
he got hired as a running back coach and assistant head coach
for the Bills, and he was pretty good. But remember when Young Ho almost ruined their season?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say Young Ho multiple times.
But yeah, man.
And we're back. All right.
And so, even so that people like Jim Caldwell are getting retread.
He deserves another shot, though.
Diversity hire. Does he?
Okay, are y'all really going to sit up here and pretend?
I mean, overall, his record's 62 50.
Wow.
But he's 2-4 in the playoffs.
Okay, we were watching the Lakers-Sacramento Kings game, and the
Lakers took a L.
Bogdanovich, or this white dude, literally kicked back with a 33-foot step-back three and hit a three, I think, in Lonzo's face. That was embarrassing. And they were up. They were up by like 15 at one point. Wow. Anyway. Jordan's somewhere going crazy.
Jim Caldwell was actually being a consultant for the